Okay, time to film a range video. Only one way to pick it. Eeny, meeny, miny. Yeah, that'll work. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? We are back out on the range, and we finally have a Mosin on the channel. Well, like an actual original Mosin, not like, you know, the Mobrez. Yes, this is my latest late night drunk gunbroker purchase because it is not a normal Mosin. This is actually the carbine model with a side folding bayonet, also known as the Mosin M44. These were always super cool. I've always wanted one, and now I have it. So, cue the montage. Knocking the fucking steel off. Fuck your stopping power, man. This thing was awesome. So this thing is pretty awesome. And, well, that's weird. I thought Joe said I couldn't own one of those. Huh. Anyway, we're gonna do a deep dive into what makes this thing cool and unique. But first, a word from our sponsor who helps us pay for guns like this and the ammo for videos. This video is brought to you by a friend of the channel, Manscape.com. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of Manscaped and, of course, the perfect package kit. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Manscaped actually just released their brand new 4th generation trimmer called the Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 has advanced ceramic blades and skin-safe technology, meaning you can avoid nicks and cuts so first aid doesn't become part of your daily grooming routine. It's cordless and it's waterproof, which means you could take it to the shower or a water park. Of course, it's got the light up top and the brand new battery indicator down there telling you when it's time to charge. Plus, you can get a whole 90 minutes out of this bad boy. I almost cut my hair right there. And if it does run out of battery, it also comes with the brand new wireless charging system. A new feature they've also introduced is the travel lock. You just click this button 3 times, and now it is locked and won't engage for when you're traveling. All in all, the Lawnmower 4.0 is a whole new balls game. You get it, because it ball game, balls. It's for your nuts. If you want to get your hands on one of these, now is the perfect time because you can get 20% off and free international shipping if you use the code on the screen with the link in the pinned comment and in the description. So go ahead, show them some love, check them out, and as always, your balls will thank you. Man, I did not miss this Fayetteville humidity. Anyways, this is the Mosin M44. This one was actually made in 1944, I believe in Izhevsk, Russia. Now this is not your standard Mosin. Standard Mosin, designed by, of course, Sergei Mosin, God rest his soul, was designed in 1891, which means this rifle design has been around for 130 years. This gun was originally designed 26 years after the Civil War ended, to put things into perspective, when we were still using muskets. In its original configuration, it was the standard Russian infantry rifle for many decades, until about 1938, when they started cutting them down into carbines. And in 1944, you came out with this one, the M44. The notable change between that and the regular carbine is this. You have a bayonet that is attached to the gun. This flip-out style bayonet may seem familiar if you recall the SKS video. It's also the same kind of bayonet that they use on like the Chinese spikers and such, just on the underside of the gas block, flipping forward and not, you know, this special little slot there. I'm not really sure if soldiers losing their bayonets in combat was an actual problem or not, but it makes this gun a fuckload cooler. The Mosin, of course, is chambered traditionally in 7.62 by 54R, as in rimmed for her pleasure, ripped Carnicon. It feeds from an internal magazine that is seen at the bottom of the gun and attached to the trigger guard. This action is probably one of the smoother Mosin actions I've seen in a while. Of course, they get a little bit gummy after you fire them. That's pretty normal, but it's so buttery smooth. It's not one of the beat open actions that a lot of Mosins end up being, but enough talk. Let's figure out exactly what its destructive capabilities are the only way I know how. White Claw penetration testing. Jesus, it looks like the range needs a little bit of Manscaped. Fuck. Defending Stalingrad from Raspberry in 3, 2. That'll do it. Not only we do a good little number on this claw, I think it expanded so much, or at least went sideways, to where it made a fresh new impact mark on the barrel there. You can see where it's not covered in shit, that fresh blue there. Well done. Now, one of the defining characteristics of the Mosin has to be the caliber. 7.62 by 54R. As you can see, that's the rim I was referring to. Most modern cartridges do not have that, but 7.62 by 54R does. One of the reasons why this is so iconic is this round probably has one of the longest military careers of any cartridge ever. Considering it was in military service in the 1890s and is still used throughout the 20th century through things like the PSL, the PKM, the Dragunov, all the way to military service today. And not just in third world countries either. The 7.62 by 54R is a well-respected military cartridge that still sees service to this day. Although mostly in a light machine gun capacity. Not really a big bolt gun caliber anymore. Now for this next bit, I wanted to show you my quality meat. This is my quality meats. This is a smoked pork shoulder, and today we're going to be using this to simulate effect on flesh. But we're not going to start with the 7.62 by 54R. Instead, we're going to start with the M44's bayonet. Comrades, fix bayonets! Now stab the guy a foot in front of you. Alright, so this here is our entrance. Our exit. You can't even really see it because it's probably just a little pinhole. You can, however, see the little star pattern of that bayonet in the dirt, which is kind of funny. Now let's see how the damage of a bayonet compares to the 7.62 by 54R. Comrades, use your rifles for rifle things. And that is why we moved away from bayonets and moved to bullets. So I think our entrance hole was right here. I don't really have to go looking far for our exit hole. That, I don't think he's gonna make it. So whereas the bayonet pokes a hole, the 7.62 by 54R rips a hole at very high velocity, and as Clint Smith would say, physically removes a chunk of shit from your opponent and throws that shit on the floor. Now, just a friendly reminder, there are several states in the US that would make you a felon for owning a rifle with a bayonet lug. Even though the weapon that it is attached to can sometimes be a semi-automatic rifle with 30-round magazines capable of high flesh damage, the bayonet lug is illegal. It's your daily reminder that politicians are idiots. Which, for the record, does not mean I want to ban the guns either. I just want to end bayonet prejudice. Well, this rifle is a neat piece of history, and will make a fine addition to my collection. I love cool little collector guns like this, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if there's any other guns like this that you'd like to see us do a video on in the future. I'm gonna go remove pig juice off my pork sword here in a bit, but I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
It was the standard rough and